You've probably seen those incredible projects like OpenClaw or Manus My Computer, right? The idea of an AI agent that can actually use your computer, access your local files, and run your apps, it's just so powerful. But what if you don't want to just use someone else's solution? What if you want to build your own? Well, if you've been wondering how you can create your very own AI assistant using a powerful, integrated ecosystem like Google's, you have come to the exact right place. Today, we are laying out the complete architectural blueprint to do just that.
This really gets to the heart of the matter. For all their amazing abilities, most AIs today are stuck in the cloud. They're in a sandbox, totally cut off from where we actually do our work. And that creates this cloud gap, right? It means they can't see your local project files, they can't fire up your development environment, and they sure can't control your applications. For an agent to be truly, genuinely useful, it has to bridge that gap.
So let's make this super clear. Over on one side, you've got your standard cloud AI. Think of any chatbot you've used in a browser window. It's great for answering questions, but it's fundamentally separate from your workflow. It's like it's behind a thick pane of glass. But on the other side, you have personal agents, things like OpenClaw and Manus. These are co-pilots sitting right next to you. They run locally, they can read your files, they can run shell commands, they can truly act as an extension of you. And our goal today? It's to build the one on the right from the ground up.
All right, so here's our game plan. We're going to follow a really clear, structured blueprint. We'll kick things off by framing this whole dream of agency. Then we'll get into the nitty-gritty of the architectural blueprint itself. We'll break down the three core components, what we're calling the brain, the body, and the cockpit. And then, for the fun part, we'll put it all together and send our brand new agent on its very first mission.
Okay, let's dive right into the architecture. Every autonomous agent, doesn't matter if it's a robot or a piece of software, it basically operates on three fundamental principles. It needs a way to think, it needs a way to act, and it needs a way to be controlled. It's that simple. And this powerful framework is the absolute foundation for the agent we're about to design.
We're going to use a really simple metaphor to remember this: brain, body, and cockpit. The brain? Well, that's our reasoning engine, the large language model that does all the heavy thinking and planning. The body is the action framework that connects all those brilliant thoughts to the real world, your computer. And the cockpit, that's our mission control. It's the interface where we give the orders and watch it all unfold. And the best part is, using Google Stack, we have the perfect tool for each of these parts.
First up, let's talk about the brain. This is the absolute core intelligence of our agent. And we don't just need some simple text generator here. No, we need a powerhouse reasoning engine that can actually handle complex, multi-step problem solving.
For our build, we're zeroing in on Gemini 3.1 Pro. This model wasn't just built to chat, it was specifically engineered for the kind of high-level reasoning and complex instruction following that these agent workflows demand. Its ability to grasp huge, complicated problems, well, that makes it the perfect engine to be our AI's brain.
So what really makes a model like Gemini perfect for this job? It's not just about spitting out text. First off, it has a massive 1 million token context window. What does that mean? It means it can hold an insane amount of information in its head, enough to understand your entire codebase all at once. It can literally adjust how deeply it thinks about a problem. And it's built from the ground up to connect with other tools on your system. These are the key ingredients that turn a language model into a true agentic brain.
Okay, so a brilliant brain is fantastic, but a brain in a jar is, well, it's pretty useless, right? The reasoning engine needs a nervous system, a way to connect its plans to your actual computer. And that's exactly where Google's Agent Development Kit, or ADK, comes into play.
Think of the ADK as the connective tissue, the hands and feet of our agent. It's a super flexible framework that lets you define your agent's abilities, its skills, and tools in the programming languages you already use like Python or TypeScript. You can build a file agent, a terminal agent, maybe a Gmail agent, you name it. And here's a key detail. While it's totally optimized for Gemini, the ADK is model agnostic. So if you ever wanted to swap in a different brain, you absolutely could.
Now, this table really shows how our Google-based blueprint stacks up against other architectures. Check out the system access row, for example. While others might give an agent direct shell access, which is a little scary, our approach can use a WSL2 sandbox. That means it gets its own isolated Linux environment to play in on your Windows machine, which is a huge win for security and control. It's just a more structured, robust way to build a personal agent.
All right, time for the final piece of the puzzle, the cockpit. This is our mission control center. This is the place where we'll assign missions, check on performance, and, this is the most important part, stay in complete control of the entire operation.
Okay, this is a really important distinction to make. Google Antigravity might look like a code editor, an IDE, but its entire philosophy is different. It is designed from the ground up with the assumption that the AI is an autonomous partner, a collaborator that can plan and execute complex stuff all on its own. You're not just getting smarter code completion here. You're getting a mission control for an autonomous workforce.
The real magic of Antigravity comes from its dual-pane design. On one side, you've got the editor. Looks familiar, right? A great place to write and look at code. But on the other side, you have the Agent Manager. This is your command center. You can launch and oversee multiple agents working in parallel on different tasks. It completely flips the script on how we develop. The tools are there to serve the agent, not the other way around.
You know, one of the biggest hurdles with autonomous AI is trust. How do you really know what it's about to do on your machine? Well, Antigravity solves this with something called the artifact system. Before it does anything, the agent generates these plain English documents, like an implementation plan or a checklist of tasks. You get to review its logic, its entire game plan, and approve it before it ever touches a single file or runs a single command. It ensures you are always the commander.
So, we have our brain, our body, and our cockpit. Theory time is officially over. Now it's time to put them all together. Let's walk through a complete end-to-end mission to see how all these components work together when we ask our agent to build and deploy a simple web app. The workflow is actually pretty straightforward. It follows 5 logical steps. We start with a prompt, which the agent then turns into a detailed plan. Once we give the green light, it will execute those tasks. We can monitor everything it does in real time, and when it's all finished, the mission is marked complete and we get a final report. Simple as that.
It all starts in Antigravity's chat window. We give it a high-level goal, something like, hey, build me a Python web app with fast API and then deploy it to Cloud Run. The Gemini brain immediately kicks into gear, analyzes that request, and produces its very first artifacts, a super detailed implementation plan and a step-by-step task list. We can look these over, add comments, and even ask for changes before a single thing happens.
The moment we hit approve on that plan, the agent gets to work. And this is where the ADK body just takes over. It starts executing the plan, writing code to files, running terminal commands to install what it needs, even spinning up a local server to test its own work. And the whole time, we're watching from the cockpit. The Antigravity Agent Manager gives us a live feed, showing us which tasks are getting checked off and what it's working on right now. And finally, mission accomplished. The agent bundles everything up into a final walkthrough artifact. Now, this isn't just some boring log file, it's a comprehensive report. It explains what it did, shows you screenshots of the working app, and can even suggest what you might want to do next. It's a fully transparent, auditable record of the whole operation.
And there you have it, the complete 3-part blueprint for building your very own personal AI assistant using the Google ecosystem. A powerful reasoning brain with Gemini 3, a flexible and capable body with the Agent Development Kit, and a transparent mission control cockpit with Google Antigravity.
You know, this 3-part architecture isn't just for building apps. Just imagine giving your agent's brain access to all your personal files to organize them for you, or using its body to generate all your cloud infrastructure from scratch, all while you just supervise from the cockpit. The possibilities are, and I mean this, truly endless. So now that you have the blueprint, there's really only one question left. What will you build first?